Hey, hey, what's going on? It's Sunshine.
Let's see.
All right.
Uno, dos, this is tres.
Mm-hmm.
Third mystery reincarnation story.
Right. Even though it's kind of get the numbers mixed up, the only one we would really get right is 2 because they counted down and we're counting up on our parts because we put them there. So maybe we should have done it the other way around. But I'm thinking that they put the most interesting story last, so we'll see. But these are 3 stories. If you haven't seen the first 2, go back and check those out. Part 1 and part 2. Of these stories of reincarnation. So we're going to get into this. We're just going to jump right into this. Before we do me a favor, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share, comment below. So come on, let's go.
It states, Susan was a clinical psychologist who from an early age regularly dreamt of being an African American girl of 7 or 8 walking down a dirt road. Susan, who is Caucasian, grew up in a mountainous area, but the environment of her childhood dreams were different. It is hot, humid, flat, and very dusty. Susan believes it was probably in the southeast United States. As she was walking, she looks down at the dry skin of her hands and thinks they look ashy. Then a car comes along which appears to be from the 1940s, and she is suddenly pulled into the car. There are 2 white men in the car that appear to be in their 20s or 30s. She remembers the bench seat, the lines of the upholstery, and the dusty floorboard. There in the car, she was assaulted and lost her life. The memory of this event is as vivid to Susan as any other event in her childhood. She also had repetitive dreams about the event. In some of them, she re-experienced the assault, while in others, she observed what happened from above. She didn't think any of the dreams were nightmares, as they were very realistic, but they frequently woke her up. Susan could think of nothing in her childhood environment that could have triggered the dreams. There were African Americans living in her town that she grew up in, but there was no racial unrest. In discussions with black friends, they confirmed that the expression ashy was used when their skin became dry. Susan feels her vivid dreams have had no negative effect on her as she grew older, and she has had no relationship problems with her husband, nor has she suffered any anxiety problems, but claims that she has always had an exaggerated startle response.
Well, this one's different because she's older.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Wonder why she didn't have these early on in her life. Because like she said, or the commentator said, she didn't know if she had an experience at her young age that prompted this to come. Right. Why wouldn't it have come before now?
I don't know.
Startles me.
It's weird because a lot of times people know when they have dreams, and they clearly know after they wake up they had a dream. It feels so real to them. Mm-hmm. So you think maybe there's some connection in dreaming to thinking that maybe you was reincarnated, something happened to you because you feel like it's there. You're there. So maybe there's some kind of connection to that, and. But once again, I'd love to talk to somebody that's really an expert in talking about dreams, because can you dream about something that you've never seen or never experienced? Meaning, like if you've never seen a particular type of vehicle, can you dream an actual vehicle and you dream about that and then you never seen it, but there is that car? Is that possible? Is it possible to dream about a certain part of the world that you've never been that's very different from anything you've seen? And there be that type of part of, I'm wondering.
Has anybody had a dream? Because when it's like a movie. Mm-hmm. When someone is walking or whatever, and you see the street that you're walking, but you don't see it in the reverse where you're watching the person walking. Mm-hmm. if that makes sense. Okay, so when you're in a dream, do you see you? Has anyone ever walked past a mirror or saw themselves visually in a mirror in a dream? I haven't. I don't recall. I don't know. It's almost like I'm watching, something rather than something watching me. So how do I know that as me?
Right.
In the same, person.
Mm-hmm. And it's weird because a lot of your dreaming is generic, meaning you're walking down the street, but you never, you don't consciously probably look at a street sign. But you know there's a street sign. And there's certain things you see and you're like, well, what was the name of the store you was walking in? You don't know. You remember you feel it in the store, but you don't know. You don't really necessarily see the products necessarily, the names on them, whatever. You just know. So it's just not so specific, seems like a lot of times in dreams. So, that's kind of weird. But in this situation here, her remembering the vehicle, the seats, how the seats were, if there were seats done like that and she's never lived in that era where she's seen that, can she dream that, specifically and never seen it, and it not be it'd be a dream? So that would lend more credibility to maybe reincarnation because I've seen it before. Or can you, as an intelligent person, put things together and put together something that you've never seen based on all the different things that you have seen and kind of group them together? So,
I know we kind of got our hands on dreamland rather than a reincarnation. Yeah. So, it's just, I'm just really curious. Has anyone ever visually seen themselves in the mirror in a dream?
I don't know. I mean, that's a good question. I don't know if I've ever stopped to remember what I did, but most times people dream almost like point of view where they're actually doing. Then there's sometimes they're looking down on the situation.
Looking down. But I've never had a dream where I've looked down and saw me.
Okay.
Never had one. Watch me have one now.
Right.
But I've never seen that. I'm always in the visual, like this is happening. Oh, let me eat this ice cream, and I can see ice cream. But I just never been the one where I'm watching me.
Right. But see, and it's funny because I don't know if you have the intelligence enough when you're after your dream thinking and saying, I remember I was sitting in this restaurant and this stuff was going, these people were fighting. Was it you're sitting here watching it, or the view you have is of this? It's not necessarily you viewing this. You just have a view of this. But sometimes you can kind of dictate between two and say, no, I was here with my friends or whatever and we was watching this happen, versus I was just watching this happen. I've seen this happen. It's not really me there. It's just me visualizing this situation at this point of view from this angle. So it's not really me.
I guess you're assuming it's you.
Not necessarily, because let's say you're somewhere that you shouldn't be and you wouldn't be there.
I haven't had that kind of dream.
Where you're just seeing what's going on, like you're watching the movie.
I don't know about that one.
It's not, I'm not in the movie, I'm just watching the movie. I think sometimes I have that. But like if you overview, you look, you can't do that, but there's a difference between that and you maybe feel like you're flying. That's me flying and looking down, but then you're looking down on it like a camera look like, that's not you up there. So you just viewing it from that point of view. So craziness. We did get off into something else, but that's all. I'm interested in a lot of stuff. This stuff just interests me. But let us know what you think. And go back and check out the other two if you didn't get a chance, and make your comments below and let us know what you feel. But we're gonna get out of here. Before we do me a favor, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, also share and comment below. And I do believe that's it.
Thanks for listening to Sunshine and E.